This video is sponsored by LastPass.
Hey guys, what's up? Serena here from thriftdiving.com. Well, today I'm actually in my bedroom and we're not doing a project today. We are going to talk one-on-one, me and you, well, that would be me and you, about blogging. I keep getting all of these questions from people about how do you start a blog? How do you start a YouTube channel? You're doing projects, you're doing crafts, you're building things, and you want to show it off to the world. And we're going to be doing actually an entire month of this topic. What do you do to actually record videos and edit it? Believe me, it's a lot of work. So we're going to cover all of that. But today's video is being brought to you by LastPass. So let's jump into today's video, which is going to be 10 secrets, 10 things that we bloggers, we YouTubers don't generally share with people. It's sort of like behind the scenes stuff, you know, like the stuff that you wish you knew. And today I'm actually going to tell you what those things are. So let's jump into this video right now with secret number 1. So I'm not even going to call these secrets. These are more like confessions. So the first confession number 1 is that we bloggers, we YouTubers are very insecure. So imagine putting your time, your effort, your heart into a project and being told that it's ugly, you don't know what you're doing, this is disgusting, you have no talent, you're not creative, your voice sounds horrible. Yes, I know my voice is very, very hoarse. Sorry guys, that's just my voice. But just imagine being told all of these things by people online who you don't know. It can make you feel a little insecure. Whenever you push that button to post or publish, you wonder, what is the world going to say about this? Is it good enough? Am I good enough? Is my creativity good enough? We do say those things to ourselves. Confession number 2. Did you know that bloggers and YouTubers actually have help? Yeah. Like a lot of times when we're just getting started, it's just us. We're the only ones that are creating the content. We are the only ones who are doing the videos. We are doing everything. And it's a lot. And you will see that again in the month of November, all the stuff we bloggers really do. But did you know that sometimes we have virtual assistants? Sometimes we have people doing our social media. Sometimes we have people actually editing the videos. Now for me, I do have a virtual assistant. Hey, Madeline. She lives in the Philippines. She's actually been working with me now for 2 years. So I will actually have her go onto my social media sites and do some of that stuff because when I'm busy working on projects, I don't have time to go and share things on social media. So she will go and do some of those promotions. And I actually hired my mommy. She is the one who will check my email for me and tell me if there's anything that I'm missing. Sometimes she'll follow up with my readers and she's really, really good. And you know, there's nothing like hiring your mom. But here's the thing. You don't want someone to have all of those passwords to all of your social media sites, your email, even if it's your mom, you still don't want your mom to really have your password. So with LastPass, who is sponsoring this video, you can actually set it up so that all of your passwords are unique and have strong passwords and you're not using the same password for everything. And if you're working with a team, you can give certain people certain access to certain sites, which is great because it keeps your passwords and your site secure. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to be a business in order to use LastPass. If you're like me, you've got 10,000 places where you're using generally the same password. And that's a big no-no. We should not be doing that. But I don't know about you, but I'm very forgetful. So I like having just one password with LastPass, and then I can have unique, strong passwords for all my other sites. And then I can have my mom and them be able to access those without needing the password, which is great because LastPass will automatically enter you into those without showing you the password. So this is great when you're working with teams, when you are across different devices and you don't want your information just there with your password exposed, written down in a spreadsheet. You don't have to do any of that. LastPass allows you to keep track of your passwords easily so that you can stay sane. You put your passwords on autopilot with LastPass and you don't have to keep them up here because I know for me that doesn't work. LastPass autofills your credentials on mobile sites and apps, whether you're using Android or if you're an iOS user. And when you open an app or a site, LastPass will fill in your username and password so that you don't have to. And what's great is that they have unlimited password storage. So if you have 10,000 sites, you've got 10,000 passwords with LastPass, and you only have to remember that one master password. So in order to find out more information about LastPass, go down below to the description, click that link, sign up. You can get a free account, or you can do some of the premium, which is not very expensive, and you can actually sign your entire family up so you all have access to your accounts. So let's move on to confession number 3. We bloggers, we YouTubers, we actually work 6 to 7 days a week. As a full-time employee, a lot of times you probably work 5 days a week and then you look forward to your weekend. We generally don't have that 8 to 5, 9 to 5 schedule, and then, we come home and we have our weekends free. Yay, it's Friday. Friday just means the kids are gonna be home for the next 2 days and you gotta figure out how to get stuff done with the kids running around. There really is no off days, no off times, because there's so much work to do. There's videos to film, there's projects to do, there's things to promote on social media. So far this week, I think I've worked 55 hours, and I don't believe the week is even over for me yet. We work a lot of hours. Just know that. We work a lot of hours. Confession number 4. We bloggers, we YouTubers get a lot of cool free stuff. And it's really not even free. I'm not even gonna call it free because we work our tails off. As I mentioned in confession number 3, we work 6 to 7 days a week. But a lot of times the type of work that we're doing, we're working with brands. And brands are sending us things for us to do projects with. Like for example, this bedding, which I love, it's so soft. There was a company that sent this to me because they needed me to film a video for them. It wasn't a video that went on my YouTube channel. It was a video that I did for their website. And of course, when it's done, I get to keep it, I get to use it, I get to enjoy it, I get to sleep on it. It's fun, it's nice. But the thing is, we get a lot of stuff in exchange for the work that we do. Sometimes we get it as payment, but you can't feed your family with a bedspread. And sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes it's too much stuff where you look at your front door and you're like, not another package, please, not another package. It's like every day is Christmas. What am I gonna do with all this stuff? So that is confession number 4. Let's talk about confession number 5, since we're talking about quote unquote free stuff. The fact that bloggers can actually, and YouTubers can make a lot of money. A lot of times we are working directly with brands and they are paying us to promote things. Being a blogger, being a YouTuber, it's a fine line between what brands you want to work with and what products you want to promote. Because there have been times I've received products where I'm like, there's no way I'm posting about that. If you are somebody who wants to start a blog, who wants to start a YouTube channel, just know that after a few years, or maybe I've been doing this 6 years, you can potentially make a lot of money with advertisements, with ads, the ads that you watch before this video. You can make a lot of money if you have a lot of people and a lot of brands that want to work with you because they just think you're awesome. Is that 5? Man, this makes my feet hurt. I'm sitting here on the bed cross-legged and it hurts like a mug. That's when you know you're getting old, when you can't even sit crisscross applesauce and your feet aren't like crushed from the weight of your heavy legs. So let's move on to confession number 6. Did you know that we bloggers actually push a lot of clutter to the side in order to take nice pictures? So like right now, what you're seeing is this beautiful bed. It's properly lit. I mean, it just looks great, right? We're gonna take this camera and we're gonna rotate it so you can actually see all the stuff that's sitting over there that you don't realize is behind the scenes. I'm only framing it so that you don't see all of that stuff. You see the lights and you see how everything looks great in the frame, but really there's a bunch of stuff over there that looks tragic. It's tragic. Don't worry, I will get this closet makeover done soon. Confession number 7. A lot of us, we're not designers. We are not formally trained in design. We are people just like you who just happen to love making things in our home beautiful. And the thing is that I realized for me, that was one of my weaknesses. So that's why I started school as a carpentry student. I have been enrolled in carpentry school now for a year. I believe I've got another year left, some courses I need to do in order to graduate. But I wanted to get formally trained. We're figuring things out right along with you. So I know sometimes you might feel a little not confident, or you're wondering like, how does that blogger just know how to put that room together? Or how did they know how to use tools? Well, a lot of times we just figure it out along the way. Confession number 9. No, wait a minute. I think I'm on 8. I'm totally losing track of what confessions I'm at right now. I'm just all into the conversation. Sometimes our projects are a total bust. Now, one thing that I do on my channel, I will tell you, if there's things that I've done wrong, I will tell you, you know what? I did this wrong, I did that wrong, and yeah, you should know that I did this wrong, because if you decide to do this project, just be forewarned, you might run into these issues. And the thing is that what bloggers put online, what YouTubers put online, we're only gonna show you, for the most part, most of us, the finished product that actually turned out. You're not gonna see all of those failed attempts beforehand. So a lot of times you will write to me and say, well, Serena, I don't have the confidence, or I don't know how to get started because I'm afraid it won't turn out. Well, guess what? We bloggers, sometimes our things don't turn out either. But the thing is that you have to put the time in so that over time you learn something from that mistake, right? So now I know, like, I'm not stripping metal lamps. I'm just not gonna do it. If anything, if I don't like the color, I'll probably just spray paint it. So don't feel like you're a failure if one of your projects don't work, because that blogger who did a successful project, I guarantee you they have probably 5 or 6 projects that were complete busts. We don't know how to do everything, and this relates to the other confessions about not being like formally trained. We didn't go to a university for blogger or YouTuber. We had to figure this out. It may look like we know what we're doing, but we may be using that tool for the first time. We may not tell you that we're using that tool for the first time. We may have just learned how to use it, or we might still have a little bit of anxiety over, how do I actually use this tool? Am I doing this properly? So just know that we don't know everything, but sometimes we're learning right along with you. Confession number 9. We are sleep deprived. A lot of times bloggers and YouTubers, we spend a lot of time working evenings, especially if some of us actually still do have day jobs. And or maybe we're stay-at-home parents and we are busy with the kids during the day, and we do our best work in the evenings when everybody's asleep, everything's quiet. And a lot of times we may only get 4 hours, 5 hours, especially if we have a deadline. So if a video or if a blog post is due at like 8 a.m. the next morning, sometimes we will pull, I don't want to say an all-nighter, but there have been times I have fallen asleep at my desk. So just know that a lot of times bloggers are working so hard. Not only are they working every single day almost, but they're putting in long hours and they're sleeping not very many hours. So if you see a blogger that's just like, looks like they've had too much coffee, they probably have. They're trying to stay awake. And confession number 10, I'm actually gonna throw in a bonus one, but I have 2 more confessions. So let's say this is 10, confession number 10, and then I'll give you confession number 11. Confession number 10, sometimes we bloggers envy people who have 9-to-5 jobs. This is a stressful lifestyle. It's a great lifestyle, being able to work from home. You're doing things that you love, you're creating. It's great, but it's a lot of work. It can feel like you are just on an island by yourself and you're struggling, like, how am I gonna get all this work done? I've got all these deadlines. And sometimes we actually kind of look up to people who are able to say, oh, it's Friday at 5 o'clock. Time to go home. We got the weekend. We can spend time with our kids. Sometimes you feel guilty because the kids are just consuming too many electronics, and it's because we're busy working. It's easier to put a tablet in your kid's hand and have them be quiet so you can get your work done than actually putting down the nail gun, putting down the miter saw, and actually going to spend time with your kids when they really want to spend time with you. So sometimes we actually do kind of wish we had a 9-to-5. And confession number 11, 10 plus 1. Even though this is like one of the most stressful jobs, we freaking love what we do. I have to tell you, there is nothing else in this world that I would want to do other than sit here right now on this bed and tell you about what it's like to be a blogger. So as you can see, there are tons of things bloggers and YouTubers feel and do and think, but we don't share that. It's sort of like the hidden culture of being a blogger and a YouTuber. And so now you know a little bit more about what it's like to be in this space. Well, stick around, because throughout the entire month of November, we're gonna be doing some videos on how you start a blog, how you start a channel, and some of the things that you might want to keep in mind when you are getting started in doing this. Because if you love to build, if you love to make things, you could really be on YouTube too. You could be filming your own videos, setting up your own website, hiring your own people to help you create this business, this empire of inspiring people. And that's really what it's about. It's about creating, inspiring, and teaching. All right, so I will see you next video. Let's give a big welcome to a new sponsor, LastPass. Again, you can find that link down below for signing up for a password management system that will take all your passwords and keep them nice and secure and strong. And you only have to remember one master password for you and for your family and for your business. Okay guys, with that, I will see you next video. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe because you know you don't want to miss what we're doing here at Thrift Diving. I'll see you next video.